Good morning, everyone. This is the Hall of Famer, Director Marlon Green. How's it going, everybody? Urging you to stay positive in this world of negativity. What I want to say today is Friday, June 16th, 2017, and what we have in the news is Republican Scalise is still in the hospital, critically wounded from the shooting that the congressional baseball game had to offer. I want to say to African Americans, stay positive, pretty much ignore it because when we've been asking for help on all of these social issues, they've ignored it, and this is why people like Malcolm X would say this is when the roosters come home, or whatever he says. The chickens comes home to the coop or whatever he said. They didn't like it. It's true. And I want to tell you, the chickens come home to coop. That's what he said when JFK got assassinated. But this is a lot more toned down than that, and we have much more critical issues to think about these days. Number one, we still need to do this business exodus because a lot of these white folks, they're too arrogant to notice their own messes. And let me point this out and make a point. Europe was never invited to break up Africa. All of these European nations used their resources and ganged up on Africa. That's how you were able to tip the balance in your favor. Well, now we African Americans and Africans have united and we're taking our land back. And so you white folks that are arrogant and try and let Israel claim their land, we don't even want to hear anything you have to say. You're going to give us our land because a lot of you are arrogant and you don't understand your mistakes. You think that you can have entitlements to teach my people, to provide for my people, to tell my people what to do before me. No, you're going to tell your own people what to do because a lot of you all are cretins in the church. And white folks do not correct each other out on the spot or in the open, on the spot or in the open in the public area where they can nip it in the bud. They don't do that. They'll let this shit go on and on as long as they're getting their social advantages. And then they don't cooperate with the local leaders. And then they feel they're entitled to give aid to Africa, to take aid out of Africa, to tell the people what to do before their own African and African Americans. Y'all better get that shit up out of here with that Willie Lynch mentality because we don't need white folks or nobody else these days. And if white folks don't want us with anything, then I'd rather for the Asians to take it because the white folks and the Arabs are the ones cutting people heads off and hanging people until their heads fall off. And they think that seeing people hurt is cool as long as they're getting something. And a black American woman, you better get off your ass because the white folks been spoiling you and you know it. Anytime I'm in the Hall of Fame and you can't find no use for me and I'm more accomplished than you, have a degree and all of this shit, and you got 3 times as much more than I do and do half as much, and then you date all of these guys and shit and take us African Americans for granted and treat the white folks better than us. Y'all ain't shit. If Ice Cube can make 100 million, if Dr. Dre can make 4 billion, and all of these niggas can make million, it's because y'all been shown favoritism. Y'all are no more than what I am. I do shit for people all the time. Right now, I'm in contact with the UN. What have y'all niggas been doing with y'all title about reparations? Getting in each other way. That's what the fuck y'all been doing because you sure ain't been accomplished nothing. And don't think I don't see that I'm having an impact on y'all movies and music because if I didn't say nothing, you'll still be on the same path you was 20 years ago. And as a matter of fact, y'all niggas don't belong in the Hall of Fame before KRS-One and Rakim and people like that. The only reason why y'all got ahead is because y'all spend a lot of money and you're constantly in the media. But we originators that were around at the same time, we're not going to let you gloat up and take all of the glory when they have better leaders than you all out there. I'm U.S. Army Airborne, but it's not about me. It's about the team building, and I'm a much better team builder than these niggas on the street. Uh, Yeah, and these dudes don't deserve to have all of these opportunities and at the same time passing up a more capable leader. America works on negativity and we have a culture of bitches and hoes. That's why Snoop Dogg can make $100 million or more in 1 year and we honorable airborne leaders could barely get a fucking thing because other people ask for our benefits. Israel asks for veterans disability money and they spend it on lobbying to bribe our government and they spend it on weapons and they spend it on bullshit and America keeps giving them. That shit's gonna have to stop because you white folks are too arrogant. You spend your money on bullshit and whenever you're in the jam you turn to your bottom bitches, your African Americans and your Spanishes in America, and use them up and kick them out of the way and shit like that. And you don't understand why the world does not agree with your policies, nor do we try to follow your agendas. And you are going to try to start a war if we don't include you in our economic policies. Well, I say fuck y'all because if you're gonna destroy the planet, you're not gonna use us to help you do it. And by the way, we want our land back because we should not be hurting for anything, let alone begging the white folks that don't want us with anything. And that's why I'd rather work with the white folks in Russia and work with the Asians because they are morally superior than America. And this capitalist society only breeds pimps, hoes, and crooks. And I'm tired of that shit. And also, especially you Democrats, you're not getting any gains for us at all. So if you think that you're helping us, you're not. The black community grassroots have spoken. There is no need for the Congressional Black Caucus. There is no need for Congressman Lewis to stay there. I myself have been to jail, have caught felonies doing civil rights things and advocate things in the civil rights arena, and now I have enough evidence to have my felony conviction overturned. These African American women, they don't deserve a damn thing before me because they don't work as hard. They get everything easier. They have more wealth than I do, and they don't go through 1/3 as much. So the white man, that's productive for him because he can take advantage of the African American woman because they all know if you give them a little power, they're not going to know how to act and they will even turn on their own people. You're not going to get that shit out of me and you're not going to put lesser leaders in front of me either. And so you minority women, you need to get your heads out your ass because you're not going to get a better suited lover, leader, or friend than I would. And I'm performing every day like an all-star. They did not make me. I made myself. And also, I want to let you all know that you single black African American women and you women that belong to these sorority groups, you're not getting anything without my prior approval because you destroy more than you build. And you're the type that'll get jealous at a boyfriend and girlfriend situation and break that shit up. But you'll be in a relationship with multiple guys. And we already know y'all hoes. 3 of y'all left me for married men. There's a ratio of 5 to 1 in y'all favor. And some of y'all still have 5 boyfriends with a ratio 5 to 1 in your favor. And you still don't want anything coming to me or feel as though we men or men like me don't deserve anything because you're hoes. You're hoes, that's why you don't volunteer, you don't recycle an opportunity, and every piece of power you get, you complain about the men when you're the root causes. Y'all gonna have to get this shit together. The white folks with the arrogant attitude thinking that they're gonna serve Africans or save Africa from the Africans, they have another thought coming. Go save your own shit and take care of your own houses and mind your own business and quit trying to use African Americans as a scapegoat for you getting things and you doing things that you shouldn't have to do and you're not supposed to. Get that shit straight. I'm solid. And now that I'm on the reparations, I've been calling the UPN using my official title. This is Director Marlon Green, Hall of Famer. Who can I speak to about reparations? I'm doing an administrative inquiry. Who can I speak to? This is what it sounds like when you're solving problems. And there's no all boys problem, and there's no all girls problem, and there's no all men problem, and there's no all ladies problem. Because women obtain power different from men. Women use seduction and manipulation. Men use fear and intimidation. And you have to know what to look for when solving these problems because each will take advantage of you and blame the other. And so it takes somebody with the right balance to really fix these problems because a lot of people they act like they're fixing problems but they're causing more problems. And doing things like announcing that Barack Obama is buying a mansion for $8.1 million is really an insult to African American intelligence because he's left us destitute and dry, and the media feel as though they can put him there because he is so successful among African Americans. Let me tell you something. He's a failure amongst African America, and if you show him on TV anytime, it'll be too soon because we're sick of looking at him. We're sick of the Clintons. We're sick of Pelosi and Waters, and we're sick of all of you substandard, double standard ass leaders that should have been gone a long time ago. You're being bribed to stay when the people want you to go. Get out of here. If your property, your house, your car is paid for, get the fuck out of Dodge because this is another example how gluttonous American women are and Americans are in general. Get on up out of here.